Alright, what's up? DJ Matt W here. Denon let me get my hands on an MC6000 for a couple of hours, and I figured I'd film some stuff and show some people some awesome features of it before it releases. This is the virtual DJ I've got hooked up with it. I've got 4 separate decks hooked up under one controller. Yeah. So let me show you some cool features about it. My favorite thing is probably got to be this assignable booth output. The booth output's balanced, and I can decide what's going out of my booth. So, for example, if I want channel 1 and 2 to be in my main room, but channel 3 to play some ambient cocktail hour type music in a completely separate area, I can go ahead and assign my booth to channel 3, which I think is pretty cool, and have that in a separate room. And then if I needed to make an announcement throughout the night, I can go ahead and assign that booth back to my master and make an announcement over the microphone, go back to channel 3. I think that's really, really cool. Basically everything's set up so I don't have to touch my computer at all. Just press play on the unit, obviously, and it will work with virtual DJ, but all my cue points are in there as well. Looping in and out, smart loops, which is the auto loop feature. All the effects are in there, which I think is really cool. 4 channels right here. I'm not limited to just 2 channels, and one of the other great features, which from my understanding a lot of the competitors don't have, is it turns into a full-blown mixer even if disconnected from the computer, so I can put CD players on the side of it and still use it in case my computer were to go down for any reason. I don't lose all audio, so I think that's neat. I think it has some phono inputs as well, so I can hook up some techniques or something like that to it if I wanted to, or if I'm going to have like a guest DJ spin on his techniques but still want to go through my mixer. I can go ahead and I'm pressing this button here, and I'm going through my tracks, and I can go ahead and load a track onto deck A, go ahead and press play, and it's playing, which is really neat. And the crossfader is set up as well, so as you can see the crossfader moving on here, I'm moving the crossfader on here too. So for video DJs, that's really awesome, so I can transition videos and audio at the same time. Let's see here. Of course, my left deck is going to be the same thing as my right deck. What's really cool is this is also controlling 4 channels. So if I put 2 more, if I change, I'm on deck A right now, so you see how I'm moving this, and deck A on Virtual DJ is moving, but I can switch it to deck B, load a track onto it, and then I'm controlling the same deck, but the 3rd deck on the software, same thing for the right side. I'm controlling the top one by pressing this right here. I'm controlling it on Virtual DJ, and then if I switch over to my next deck, load it up, and press play, it's going to be working through that same deck. So it's 4 decks in one. How I see that beneficial for me is I'm a wedding DJ, so if a bride and groom want separate songs for each person being introduced, I can have 4 songs queued up, ready to go, so that makes a lot less work for me when trying to make those announcements as well, those introductions. Let's keep moving on. 2 microphones, 1/4 inch or XLR on mic number 1, and just 1/4 inch on mic number 2. You've got your levels up here, but down here we also have full EQ of this microphone, so I can control the high, mid, and low of both mic 1 and 2, and then there's a hardware echo built in there as well, not a software, which is cool too, so if your computer goes down and you want to echo your mic, you can still do so. You can control if mic 1 is on or mic 2 is on. Ducking, what ducking is the audio completely cuts out when you start talking, or you can do a post, and that makes it where the audio gets to about half the level and brings it down for introductions or making announcements while dancing's going on. And of course, you can turn both those off and just make it another normal announcement with your microphone. Let's see here. You've got your cue. You can split cue it, which most mixers have. Change your cue or master, and then your headphone volume. And I've showed you the front of it. I've showed you the side panel in the front. Headphones are right there. Like the microphone, the echo. You can choose your crossfader for channel 1, A, B, or through, all the way to channel 4. Control your contour on your crossfader. Standby mode is kind of a cool feature if you're not touching it, no music is playing for a long time. You can set it up to go into standby mode. That's an on and off feature. And that'll basically save you some power. It would automatically shut itself down, and as soon as you press a fader or switch or anything on here, it'll automatically start itself back up. Now, last but not least, I'll show you the back of this thing. Give me a second. You've got power in. You've got your USB to go to your computer, use it as a sound card and MIDI controller. Basically, you've got your booth outputs. I said it's balanced. 2 XLRs out and the RCA out, and then you've got a record out, auxiliary in and auxiliary in. Got 1 and 2 of those, which is nice for, like I said, those extra things you want to come in there. You've got your lines in, which is line 1 and 2 there. Your ground signal if you were going to go to phono and use your old turntables, and that 1/4 inch and XLR and 1/4 inch for your microphones. That's about it. It's a really great unit. I just plugged it into Virtual DJ and it worked. I didn't have to configure anything in the software. All the MIDI mapping was already set up with Virtual DJ, so that's an awesome feature. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me in this video in the comments, and I'll do the best I can to answer them. Thanks a lot.